Do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it. Yes. Let's start this stream out with fuck it.
I mean, it's an 18 plus stream, right?
It is most certainly an 8.
She's in trouble.
Yes, it is most certainly an 18 plus stream. Hello, Culture Nerd. Hello, everyone, and those who will be coming in later on. The lady is abed. The guests have been filed away into various pleasure and torture chambers, depending upon performance. The toys have been put away, and it's time for a bun to play, or in this case, to run. We are going to run some Cyberpunk. Tonight is Cyberpunk Red, A Pound of Flesh and Steel, Monster Squad, Season 2, Episode 9, The Red Chrome Menace. Yeah. So we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to talk to each of these lovely characters. They're going to tell me who they're playing and where their head is currently at. And then we're going to just get right into it. So let us start off with just with a bun. It's 18 plus automatically. Yes. I do kind of tend that way. Also, side note, there are all new interactions that you can do, all new ways to spend your points. This was hooked up by the lovely Lunar / Jester, Lucid Jester. So if you're looking for Hydrate, it is now under Drink or Perish. For reasons.
I have that one.
Yes.
Drink and perish.
Drink in a parish. Go in a church. Yes, and you can pet the bun. Finally. Okay, so let's start out with you, Sasha. I'm also going to want, real quick, your HP and your SP. We're going to go ahead and assume you've had a few days while you've been waiting on the information, so everything is full. So just tell me what you are at full.
Okay, so I am 55 HP and 11 SP on both head and body.
Okay. All right, and who are you? Who are you playing, and where's your head at?
Who am I? I am Nikki Sasha. I am playing Scalpel, the big cat medtech. And, yeah, feeling pretty amped up to go and take care of some nasty people.
All right.
And definitely been spending a lot of time with Hazelnut.
Ooh, something's going on there. Very nice. And you do remember what it is that is sort of like the main thing that you guys are all going to be doing. I'll go ahead and remind anybody watching. You are going to be breaking into a warehouse where one of the vehicles, one of the big, huge trucks that is filled with blue razzmatazz and is supposedly going to be taking all of that into the combat zone, specifically the Chinatown area. And you're gonna steal one. And hopefully circumvent all that. You were also offered an opportunity to work with them, which your de facto exec head said no to. And you still haven't really made a decision full tilt on what to do about the garden, if anything. But yeah, okay. Then, how about you, Mr. B?
Mr. B stands by. Hi, I'm Dr. Resden. I play Mr. B, which right now is Mr. Business all day. And Mr. B's confident in his decision-making prowess. You know, he was a bit conflicted on some of his choices, but, you know, regardless of how he is as a businessman, he tries not to trample on too many people on the way. And he's gonna make this guy's plans blow up in his face, possibly literally.
All right, very cool. Okay, let's see who else we got. Got to find out where you all are. Let's see, is anybody in the brothel of iniquity? Doesn't look like it. This apartment has everything, including a brothel. And someone passed out on the ground over here. I don't even know who they are. I don't know how long ago they were taken out, but apparently no one's picked up the body. So that's nice. Let's see. Okay. It looks like Hazelnut and Blair were both messing around in the Netrunner's lair. And it's a family of Netrunners. That includes the kids. Yeah. start out with Blair.
How do you Blair at all, Rick? Order 40 hit points, SP 11 on body. We were Hazelnut and I were reviewing the footage he'd recovered and trying to edit it, plus whatever we could find, plus whatever we gathered since and from the net to try and load our reputation bomb and get it edited and shaped the way we needed it, while also keeping a lookout for information on where precisely the APC might be.
Gotcha. Okay. Speaking of Mr. B, what was your HP and SP?
Absolutely, I realized that as conversation was happening. 55 and 11.
Okay, is that all over or just the body?
Head and body are 11.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, since you're right there, Hazelnut.
Hello, I am Whiteout. I am playing Hazelnut, the Rodenta as a squirrel build for the exotic. My health is 35, and my armor is currently 11. As for
On both or just buddy?
on both, head hasn't taken any damage yet.
Yet. Very important. Now, what about where your head's at?
Finally calming down from literally kind of going into the deep end 5 minutes after arriving to this crew.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
And yeah, just over this time, helping Blair with the footage, trying to see what I can find on the APC, if there's anything I can do to help get us into there. Probably planning to go with them to scout it out, considering used to being sneaky. And enjoying downtime with Scalpel, because it gives good head scratches.
You know, the scratches was the important part of that sentence. If you had stopped one word before, be an entirely different situation. Satine, where are you at?
I mean,
There you are.
More private time.
Yes, hi. I was in the shower actually. But yeah, hi, I'm Gin. I'm playing Satine, your local rocker vampire. And yeah, he was just having a good time. It's fine. He's willing to do whatever is necessary. And max HP is 60 and armor is 11 for both head and body.
Okay, very cool. All right. So let's go over the first thing. The first thing is actually a roll that needs to be done by Cyberpunk Red. Are you going ahead and releasing your rumor bomb now, or are you waiting till after you get the truck?
Last I heard, our plan was to hit the truck and then drop the.
Very cool. All right, cool.
Sorry to interrupt. Moose, you're a bit quiet for me.
Same.
Is this any better?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
Thank you. Also turn you up slightly in there because, Okay, cool. All right. So you've had a day or two to work on, your various little projects, to look through the various things that the Jack of Diamonds has offered to procure for you, basically creating your own little miniature night market, since he does, in fact, represent Rex Royal. And they are willing to sort of hook you guys up because, quite frankly, this whole business, every bit of this business, and that does include the garden up here, has become just a huge headache for the areas that he tends to cover. The map real quick. I have put the map in the wrong folder. So, let's see. to find out exactly whereabouts you all are. Anybody remember what page the actual map is on? The huge map of the whole area?
Not off the top of my head. Most games I'm in use a different map.
Yeah, there's a much bigger map which I downloaded for this, but my apologies, I don't have it just ready to go. I literally just got out of a chemo infusion clinic where they shoved a bunch of metal in my body. So I am a little out of it, but we press on. Like a nail, we press on.
Mm-hmm.
Skim, skim, skim.
I'm now just imagining Wolverine, but like a bun bursting out of the water.
Yeah, somebody posted that when I made mention of that. Welcome to Night City. Okay, yeah. So the area that you're in, actually, you are in sort of like the southern most part of the upper marina. Toward the north is where the actual marina is, where more of the people, with cash and flash end up. You are in the opposite place, the one that is basically overlooking Little China. Little China is a combat zone. It has some movers and shakers down there. If you're in the right parts of Little China, it is slowly making a resurgence culturally as, sort of regaining its identity underneath the herald of a particular crime boss, which I'm not going to mention because I can't remember his name. And if you're in other areas, it is just your basic combat zone, which is filled with gangs and people just struggling to survive. Also home to another infamous gang, but we will get to that later. All right. Got an iron injection and not in the fun hot way. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not real sure how many fun hot ways it is to get an iron injection. Injection, yes. Iron injection, not sure. I can think of fun ways to have iron removed, like a vampire or something.
Well, technically, there is also more antiques that could be used, though I believe most of those have not survived to this day.
Well, yeah, but anyway. So all of you were working on this. You had time to heal up, to sort of prepare yourselves mentally. And this is sort of the day before the day before. So you're going to have a full day to sort of scout out the location once it gets given to you. And you are, in fact, given it Mr. B as a phone call hits you. In the brain. Yes, your head just absolutely buzzes. Or it does that doom 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 doom. You really need to get a new app for a different ringer.
I'm just
You
imagining
just need to
like
put my claw into my ear. Boop.
just imagining the head like fully vibrating.
Yes. Is this the bear?
Yes.
Seriously?
What?
Can you turn on the screen? I just want to get a look at you.
Yeah. 1 second. I just like walk somewhere where no one else is in the thing. Beep.
Yep. You basically look in a
Pops
mirror.
up.
Yeah. And it pops up. It's like, wow, that is a thing. Holy crap. Do you have chirons? The thing that puts the image in front of your face, or not?
I don't think I do.
Okay, it's a cybernetic thing that you can get. Wow, that is really cool. Okay, so I know the warehouse. I'm gonna give you the address and let you guys get to it. And of course, we had nothing to do with this. You and I never talked, and all that good stuff.
Here we go.
Yeah. By the way, what is the standing thoughts as far as the garden is concerned? I heard that there was something crazy going on up there.
Legit, who am I talking to? Out of character, like, is this?
You are absolutely unfamiliar with the voice. The voice is very upbeat.
Admittedly, may I ask who I'm talking with? I'd originally been talking with Hearts.
Oh yeah, you got Club.
Which one was Club? Was it Club the big beater or?
Club and Spade are the two who, like, Hart arranges things, talks to people, does a lot of the social stuff. Diamond is the money person. You were told that Club and Spade were the ones that got called in when people needed to die and disappear.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, pleasure to make your acquaintance. Yeah, as I told Hearts, we had our current pain in the ass had the wrong impression of what they're doing up there. I'm trying to remember because this was like a month ago. Like I had essentially had said, like, they're after them because they think they're like creating a fresh garden to like muscle in on their business, and they're not making a thing to nothing they're making outside of a few things is any kind of threat to them.
You see, I heard that from Hart, but that just seems so weird because it's like, why would they care? It's just like gangs fight over that stuff, not corpse. You might want to take another look, or if you want to, I can. I don't mind.
I'll take a fine-tooth comb to it.
All right, well, keep us updated.
All right.
You guys have fun now.
Yep, we're gonna have fun storming the castle.
Yep, don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I don't know how much you would do, but I mean, if the rumors, if the scuttlebutt's true,
You just hear a sort of a light little chuckle, and then the line goes dead. He killed the line! No.
I'm just. This garden's gonna be death me.
All right. So, if you want, what we can do is we can shift our view and take a look at the little warehouse. Who is going to go to scout out this place? I will tell you, I like looking up at it. Blair and Hazelnut, both of you, kind of like put your heads together. Actually, both of you roll streetwise.
Alrighty.
I don't assume. Yeah, of course, neither of you have a local area of marina. You live in the pound.
To find it like I always am.
Do I have
Oh, there it is.
anything in streetwise? I don't. Like, aside from the starting, I don't think I do. Actually, yeah, hold on. Where is it?
It's over in social skills.
Yeah.
I got a 12.
Okay.
Where's local expert?
Streetwise is education.
You could, if you want to do you could do a library search if you wanted to.
That's local expert. My bad.
You could do a library search utilizing your agents, which will give you a +2 to it.
Yeah, streetwise is under social. It's
My stuff.
below.
My stuff is by stat. My stuff is sorted by stat.
Oh, it's cool.
That's why I didn't even bother looking up there. I will take the library search instead.
Okay. Blair, do you want to do a library search? Is it higher than your streetwise?
I about it. One moment. Where's library search?
It's under int. It's an int skill. And you get a +2 because you have an agent.
The Ents are going to war.
All right, then.
That'll be 33.
No, it'd be the same for me, unless it's like what group is it under? Because I'm not finding it anywhere.
Int.
Education for
Yeah,
library.
education. It's int. It's an intelligence skill.
Then no, I'm fine with my 12.
Okay, well, as it turned out, Hazelnut was able to go online and basically pull up a little map of the area currently. And yes, you do see there is a large warehouse. There is, on the other side of the street, a bar, a couple of little social areas. Nothing too fancy in that part of the marina. It's another area that's relatively close to Chinatown. So it's not within 1 block. 1 block is sort of the term for anything that's within 1 block of a combat zone. That's kind of a neutral but still sketchy area. But, it's... For Night City, it's relatively quiet. Which is why you put a warehouse there for the most part. So you don't have to worry too much. You see there's a warehouse. Right beside the warehouse there looks to be something called an oasis. You're not entirely sure what that is. It looks like it's some sort of mini-mart of some kind. And then on the other side there is, just a dive bar basically. And, just some small businesses and a couple of residential spots. You can do either one of you want to do any research on any of those topics while you're here before you go in? You have your skills in front of you, so pick go for a skill that you feel confident in, and then explain why it would be useful in this, and I can help you out with it. If you want to.
Can you run through them again real quick, please?
Okay, so it is a area that is far enough away from 1 block so that it's not a dangerous area, but it's also not near the glamorous part of the more glamorous part of the marina area. So it's as close to a quiet kind of street area as you get in Night City, which is why several businesses have some warehouses down there. You see that it is a large warehouse. Next to the warehouse, like right beside it, is an oasis. And across the street, there's a bar. And then just like a few residences and so on. And then like parking. Always parking. The residences are basically cube hotels.
It's like a one thing, but... and we know it's near that.
The warehouse itself, the warehouse you are aiming for is right next to the oasis. On the other side of the warehouse is a bar called the Stinky Pete. And then there's a cube hotel and cube apartments and some parking.
And I try and see if there's a larger security group that patrols the area.
This area is in this is not a combat zone. This is sort of a reclaimed area. So the NCPD is probably the primary, most likely. I had to look at that. Let me look that up real quick just to be sure, so I'm not telling you a lie. Because I'm sure somebody who knows all the lore of Cyberpunk is going to go, well, actually, and I'm going to go. You do know that there's sort of the 1 block that I was mentioning, that little zone in between the marina, where the marina sort of stops, and then you got a block, and then Little China begins, is Rex Royale's main territory. That's the space that he makes sure that Little China's combat zone never spills past 1 block and into the marina. Because he's just that swell of a guy. He's also the primary fixer there, so.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to implicate him, so that's going to be out.
locations. Night City Atlas.
Can I try and use library search
Mhm.
to pull up records on what like previous things in that building to try and get an idea of what security it has?
Let's see. What skill do you want to do to look into it? You pitch the skill, and I'll tell you what kind of information you could get.
Electronics and security.
Okay. You're going to. So basically, you're trying to sort of like do a old school kind of hack to look back, sort of in the past of that area, and see like maybe find out who owns or has owned the warehouse in the past. And you're specifically looking for the warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Then zone downtown. Do not tell me that Little Marina doesn't have its own thing. I swear to God, I'm going to stab everyone. Oh, Upper Marina. There we go. Okay. City manager, Cabria Chung. Security provider is the NCPD. Gangs president. This is all stuff that you're like popping up as you're like looking over there. There's Maelstrom is there, which makes sense because it was Maelstrom that got implicated in that terrorist situation. The primetime players are here. And so is a group called Street Queens, which I'm not sure about, but I'll look that up later. Also, not where you are, but in that area is the Afterlife, just so you know. City Medical Centers, the Garden of Earthly Delights. Like I said, you're a somewhat, not bougie, but like famous kind of area. You're just in the slums of that area, basically.
Yeah, we do not want to drag Street Queens into this. That would not be good for us.
Okay. All right. Roll your electronics security.
Just use it.
This is just sort of basic information that you're going through records and so on, and hitting up the garden and their version of a Reddit post and so on.
It's a tech skill key.
No, I knew where that was. I was trying to find my dice.
Huh?
I assume it got cleared.
Yeah.
That would be 17.
17. You're not able to find out like past owners. You are able to find out its current owner, because the current owners, it makes sense. Cross-referencing, like if they tried to hide it, they didn't really hide it all that well, and probably didn't feel that they needed to, because the Oasis is right there. The warehouse is by Continental Brands.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, you already know.
Yep.
You know that Continental Brands are the people who are creating blue razzmatazz, or at least a arm of Continental Brands are producing blue razzmatazz and using him as the face of this particular product. Whether or not they know of all of its additive qualities or not, who's to say? You also know
They're a corporation. They know.
Yeah. You also know, looking at this, because you personally didn't know because you've been in the pound this whole time. It turns out the Oasis is sort of like their version of a bodega. It's like a little mini mart where you can get all Continental Brands food. You can get all kinds of different kibble and stuff like that, and vending machines and so on. So that's why it was so easy to find. So it looks like Continental Brands owns both the Oasis right beside it and the warehouse.
I mean, if you're going to own a warehouse, why not put a shop right next to it, I guess?
Yeah. That is unfortunate. I mean,
Blair, do you want to check through any of the recent news in the area? Or?
Yeah, that's part of what I've been doing while working on this project.
Absolutely. What are you going to roll for that? Like, what skill would you like to use?
Seeing what would be relevant.
Library search, maybe?
Or maybe a rumors roll?
You could do a rumors roll, absolutely. That is like a special ability of what you are, which is a raccoon. Only raccoons can do this. Oh, media. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Alright, I'll do a rumors roll. I'm trying to find out what I add to that.
Okay, I'm going to look it up real quick because I don't think we've used this ability before.
It's just your level.
Let's see,
Sounds
media.
appropriate.
Rumors. Medias are deeply plugged into the information networks. Assuming you aren't entirely off grid at least twice per week, will secretly roll your credibility plus 1d10 just to spot. But you're doing this on purpose. So it's your credibility rating, which I believe is your level, plus 1d10.
That's 9.
Okay. So you rolled a 9?
Yep.
Okay. When a media is actively looking, they roll the appropriate stat plus relevant skill plus 1d10. Oh, okay. So you can do this when you're actively looking. You roll your stat plus a relevant skill. So could be library search if you're looking through the back data. Could be streetwise if you're looking for like what the word on the street is, and so on.
Then that would be streetwise.
Okay. So what did you roll with that?
8. So 8 plus 5 would be 13.
13. Okay. All right, you get a vague rumor. This is kind of hazy, but apparently some high mucky muck, someone from out of town, and by out of town I don't mean out of Night City, but not part of Upper Marina, happened by that area. Like they were seen driving past and perhaps stopping at the warehouse. You could dig for more information if you wanted to, or you could question some of the people on the street, the people in the area, if you actually go there and canvass and get a little more information on that. The other thing that you find in a vague rumor is apparently there's been some violence recently. Apparently the bar had a bar brawl, and a bunch of, some group of ruffians came in and kind of kicked the crap out of everybody there, and then just hung out for the night.
That sounds like people, Check that one out.
Okay. Now, I will say, as you're looking, go ahead and roll.
Which would be 15.
15. Which one are you looking into directly?
I'm looking into the bar because people from out of town using their warehouse sounds correct.
Okay. You do find that the thing that's happened at the bar doesn't seem to be connected with the high mucky muck. At least nobody seems to think there's a connection. A group of individuals chromed up basically went in and beat up the patrons who were there, sort of the regulars. Specifically, kicking out anyone who they said was not the right kind of person. It looks like the right kind of person has a particular ethnicity. And anyone who did not qualify for that got shoved out the door. Which included the bartender. There are several groups that aren't like fully like you got your poser gangs, you got your booster gangs. Those are the ones who boosted themselves specifically. This sounds like some sort of booster gang. Like combat ready.
So a racist booster gang took over a bar. Hate that.
You get a picture and you see what looks to be a bunch of thuggish looking individuals. Those who you can actually see their heads, they seem to be, some of them are shaved. And
okay.
A lot of them are wearing red. They have like, most of them have like red jackets of some sort. Yeah.
Alright, well, that's disappointing.
And you can do another streetwise check to see if you're familiar with the gang.
Sure. 15 again?
You got a 15 again?
Yep.
Okay. Roll me a concentration check.
Yeah. 12.
12. Okay. Let me ask you a question. This is out of character, because your character wouldn't know this. Though you're slowly getting you're slowly getting some of your memories back and all that. You have remembered that you were a intrepid reporter even back in the day. What is your ethnicity? Not counting raccoon, or was?
What was Michaela's?
Yeah, your original
Or-
self. Yeah.
Alright, let's say she was Jewish.
Okay, then yeah, you actually get a flashback. You get a memory of going in deep into a group known as at the time, yeah, I think they were still the Red Chrome League at that point. A group known as the Red Chrome League. And it is exactly what it looks like and sounds like. They are basically cyber Nazis, straight up. They've gotten into clashes with just about every other gang. They tend to be heavily boosted with cybernetics. They are definitely a booster gang. They've clashed with Maelstrom, with Six City. They've pretty much are kind of like universally hated, but also if you don't have a big enough party behind you, you don't want to mess with them in general. And you have this memory of sort of investigating and doing like an investigative reporter where you went in and you went through like an initiation kind of thing, and they shaved your head and they tattooed you and offered you some cybernetics, which you declined because you said that you were trying to keep yourself pure, and that they seemed to appreciate that, though they did say if you were going to go any farther in them, you're going to have to get some replacements, just because that's part of the initiation and all of that. And you can't help but remember that the area that you went into, you sort of get like an actual flashback of running with these guys, running with some guy named Sarge, who had a really nasty gash over one part of his face, and like chrome, like where the gash hit on one side is chrome, on the other side is regular flesh. And you remember running with him in the combat zone, specifically in Chinatown. Your whole thing was, it turned out to be a test. Because you had the gun in your hand, he had the gun, and he told you, he was going to bust up some assholes that have been fucking with him. And he kicked down the door, and in the apartment, dark, lights just barely sort of flickering the way they often do in the combat zone. You never know when the electricity. And huddled together was a dark-skinned couple. And you walked out of there. Sarge did not.
Well, that's depressing.
You didn't kill the people. You know, at the very much, you got a good indication that whoever you were in your past life, you had morals. You had lines you would not cross, and even for a story, you were not willing to even possibly scare this family any more than they already were. And yes, you did in fact kill one of the members of the Red Chrome Legion. Not that they would look at you right now and go, "Hey, it's you," because again, that was a while ago, a couple of years ago, and also you're a raccoon now.
Well,
It's the perfect cover.
I
maybe I
will
should
s-
blow out candles. Yeah, guys, I wasn't a Nazi. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, you know what? Not everybody can say that.
Oh,
Sometimes you look back into your past and turns out, oh.
No, just
Oh.
got the Bart Simpson meme. It's like, what an odd thing to say.
Yeah. Yay.
I will say something else though that does hit you when you think about this. You know that they're all about racial purity, along with the fresh, clean lines of steel and chrome.
All right.
You do know as well they would not take kindly to a bunch of what they would call furries. In fact, you know that they would have just a laugh riot doing truly terrible things to pretty much all of the people you care about.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon a Jewish reporter would think that. Let's. Okay. I'll reiterate the hits. Hey guys, there's bonus like imagine Maelstrom played Wolfenstein and didn't get it. Like, just a whole smattering of those guys ready to hate us. So pumped.
There is a lot to hate about Maelstrom, but one thing you can give them credit for, they do not like the Red Chrome Legion. I think they splintered off. There's a whole lore on that. I had to look it up later. I am not the I know everything about Cyberpunk DM. I am the give you terrible moments that make you go, DM. At least I hope I am.
Or a very good moment to also give you that reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. There's definitely some moments. But yeah, so all of you get this information. You know that apparently they are in the area. That's all you know for sure. You know that they are in the area. You know that they were at least at that bar, which is across the street from the warehouse.
Okay.
You know that they are a booster gang. You know that they are chromed up. And they would not take kindly to a bunch of what they would consider freaks. Maelstrom recruits from Red Chrome. Well, there you go. See,
Pretty sure Maelstrom recruits from everyone, as long as they're willing to get chromed up.
yeah.
I mean, at this point in the time period, Maelstrom is kind of a mixed thing because this is when they're transitioning from a protection gang to a, just gang.
Red Chrome Legion, by the way, not League. We are the League. So let's see. Early history, 2020, as the Red Chrome Legion was formed as a poser gang by a group of edgy teenagers who enjoyed cosplaying as Nazis. Oh my God! It all comes back to Razzmatazz.
It's the League of Extraordinary Nazis.
Everybody's a poser in this world. Nothing's real.
I mean, yeah, that's how the world is nowadays, Bishy. Like, everyone's just a poser.
That's very, very true. Yeah, I'm a Nazi. Dude, you're from Des Moines. Anyway. No, I'm from Germany. That's not even a right accent. Go ahead.
I'd like to gently suggest we don't plan around hiding and or using that Nazi bar. You know? But let's brainstorm something else. That's
That
all.
sounds like a plan.
All right. I'm going to go ahead then and give you guys a show. In fact, I'm going to bring you all to the area. You're going to go during... it is going to be at nighttime because that's what I have the thing set up for. But assume during the day you see less people out there. Because like I said, for the most part, not counting, a recent gang of Nazis that just moved in, it's a relatively quiet district because the NCPD is there. They didn't stop anything going on at the bar. as far as you know.
That tracks.
So, all right, let's move maps, boards. The warehouse district. And I'm glad you decided not to go hiding inside the bar, because I just realized I never made the bar. The bar was just there to tell you that these people were here for the most part.
Did you know? Nazis. Shit.
All right. Nazi as Nazi does. Okay. Then. Sorry, there was a bowl in the way. That means nothing to anybody but me. Someone players the board.
But yeah, it worked this time.
Yay! Hip hip hooray! I'm just gonna put you sort of like to the side, and you can kind of decide if you want to go around and so on. Blair?
The cars just fall down onto the ground.
Yeah, I
There's
just had to
Hazelnut.
download everything, so they just suddenly appeared.
The majority of the cars, I will
Looks
tell
familiar.
you, yeah, the majority of the car. What do you mean looks familiar? Shut up. The majority of the cars. I put a lot of extra work into this. I don't want. If you knew how long it took me to get this all set up, you would be nicer to me. Okay.
You did good.
See, you'll die
For a
last.
second, I wasn't giving you shit. We aren't friends. Like we are.
I was yawning, so I'm safe.
Okay. All right. Just to give you a little heads
There you
up.
go. I pat the button.
Just to give you a little heads up, the cars that are actually on the street are moving. That is just sort of like the flow of traffic. The 3 vehicles right over here, these guys, I'm gonna go ahead and mark them.
Basically, gonna play Frogger.
These vehicles, however, are parked here. And you can't help but notice there seems to be people inside of them. Not a lot, but there are people in there.
I don't think they can fit a lot.
Well, yeah, I know they can. These things can fit about 4 people per.
What if they're
So
a gang
many?
of clowns?
No, you don't
Oh,
want the
please
you don't
no.
want you don't
Please
want the
no.
clowns. I mean, if you want to change up your villains here, I will say you can tell the ones with the red circles underneath them. They are all wearing red of some sort. Most of them are have either obvious chrome. Some of them are wearing like full on armor, just sort of like hanging out. And yeah, they seem to be minding their own business for the most part. Their business seemingly is the warehouse itself. And this
still be
white
the-
area is the Oasis. It's not a gun store. In fact, if you go in there, I'll tell you right now, you go in there, you won't see a single gun.
Right, so would it still be the 3rd Reich in this setting, or have they had like a little in between one now, and this is the 4th? I'm not sure.
It was actually the 3.14, the 3rd Pike.
No, it's the D&D 3.5 edition, like the revised Reich.
I like the 3.14 because it's the Pyrite.
All right, well,
Mhm.
we got 3 cars of Pyrex right up there. All right, it's fool's gold. I love it.
What if we just like tell them that a bunch of bald people are having a rally down the street, and they'll just all like, "Oh,
You don't know, but I will say, looking at it, there we go.
Real
You-
quick, is this the pre-scout? Like, is this the scouting or the actual time?
This is scouting.
Scouting.
This is the day before. This is where you're sort of like taking a look.
Yeah, this is the day before the day before.
I will say, say if you, as far as areas that you can fully explore, you could probably go into the Oasis. I would not get too close to the warehouse though, because they are. You see anybody who walks by them who doesn't look like someone that they like gets shoved, and if they turn around to say anything, then they get beat. And
I'm just imagining someone trying to shove like Scalpel, Mr. B, Satine.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll enjoy it.
they just push themselves away instead.
But you see the warehouse, and you might
They're
want.
pretty crumbed up.
I don't know how much you can see because of your characters, but I will say, you notice on top of the warehouse there is a little skylight. It seems to not have any specific purpose other than a decorative flourish.
I don't believe that for a second.
And so on. What do you want to do while you're here? Yeah, what do you want to do? What information you want to gather, what skills you want to use. It is time to do the preamble.
I was thinking basically just stealth to kind of walk around in case the joint from the outside.
Okay, so you want to stealth to look around, all right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go to each of you and you can tell me. Scalpel's going to stealth and look around a little closer. Mr. B, what are you going to do?
I'm not. I'm staying far away. I'm the most obvious looking person in all of this. If anything, I'm like, let's see. Double check my skills real quick on this. Sorry.
Pretend to be managing me or something.
You do have, I will say this, this is not a bad place to maybe use some of your business skills because, like I said, this is Continental Brands. They are like a full-on company, a huge company, actually. It's like finding out exactly what they're doing is really hard, but finding out that they're doing something is pretty easy because they're like a Goliath.
All right, I'm gonna try and just. Would it be a streetwise check to kind of find the right person to talk to? You know, because there's always those people that you kind of like. There's people who will try and make a buck, like keeping an eye out on stuff near them. Like trying to find like the right person.
Okay,
to talk to,
you are going to
just
try
kinda-
and look for somebody who might like have seen things or something like that. So you're basically just like looking
might
for
have information to sell, kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, like businesses down the road, stuff like that.
Okay, Hazelnut, what you doing?
Probably also going to be sneaking around to see what I can find. Maybe see if there's like a net entrance I could access from the outside.
Okay, so you're specifically, as opposed to stealth, I'm going to have you do a security check when it's your turn.
Okay.
Electronic security, because you're actively looking for areas to breach. All right, Satine, what are you doing?
For now, I think I'm just gonna watch the door, watch for anything suspicious. Because I don't really have the skills to be super sneaky, but I can at least be,
I'll
On
say
the bright
one
side,
thing.
you're the only one of us who. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, Satine, I will say, you're the right color, and you're not covered in fur.
Oh, you're right.
So, of the people who can, blend into the crowd of walkers past, you were one of them. You don't necessarily have to stealth without, causing an incident. Like, if Mr. B walked over there, they would
I
definitely
will
do
pretend
something.
to be a crowd person.
Okay.
Quote
See what I
unquote.
can get from that.
Congratulations again.
Yes.
With the what?
I was
You are
saying
the correct
congratulations sarcastically for fitting the profile.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to do a streetwise? Do you want to maybe try and charm somebody or play or what? Oh, hey,
let's
dinner
do
and a game.
Streetwise. I think my stout is pretty good with that, so let me just stare
Okay.
at it for a second.
All right, you're going to do streetwise. All right, we will get to that in just a
Yeah.
second. Hey, dinner and a game. We are playing Cyberpunk Red. We are utilizing Tailspire. We are also utilizing Hero Forge. Hero Forge is how we created everybody's model. And the cool thing about Tailspire is you can actually pick up the model, the sort of like the digital representation, and plop it right into the game, which I think is very cool.
17.
Hey, Dinner and a Game is very cool. I have played with them multiple times. I have been a member of their cast, and every single time we've ever played anything, I've always thoroughly enjoyed myself. Haven't asked for any roles yet, so calm down. Blair, what would you like to do in this particular case? Thank you. Thank you, Dinner and a Game. And, I'm going to give Dinner and a Game a shout out real quick. They are sort of in between things at the moment, but when they get started, it is definitely a good time. Go. It's also through them that I did my cool winter thing. My Christmas role-playing game. What was that?
I would also like to sneak around kind of... Entry points are nice. I'm more here for information about what could be inside, what we could be dealing with, ideally whether or not the APCs are stored in there, whether pyrite is in there, whatever.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're doing sort of more of a class. You and Scalpel are doing the more classical stealth, where you're actually scoping out the building. Mr. B and Satine are both utilizing Streetwise to see if you can find somebody who might can give you some more information. And Hazelnut is looking for possible security breach. Gotcha. All right, so let's start out with... okay, so Scalpel, you and Blair are doing the same thing, but are you going together or are you doing it on your own? I will say doing it together makes you a larger target, but gives you backup. So which would you prefer? I'm looking forward to when you are dinner in a game. Absolutely. I miss playing with you guys a lot. So Scalpel, are you going with Blair or are you going by yourself?
I don't know. Does Blair want to go with me for support, or do they want to go off on their own? I'm fine with either.
So my in-character thought is if we're separate, we might encounter different information, possibly more, or worse, if we're discovered, it's just one weird person versus there were two people scouting it.
That is true.
Okay.
You're also like... Scalpel has a certain impression based on her size, and you have a certain lack of impression based on your size, because you're basically a raccoon. Granted, a raccoon in a dress, but you're still shorter than Scalpel, who is a towering feline.
Amazon.
Only when not next to me.
Yes.
You look kind of normal from far away.
Okay, so you guys are going to split up. That's fine. Scalpel,
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your stealth first.
Yes.
Hey, Meter Monkey. See what we got here. Okay.
So it's 3. Is a 17.
17. And I will say, depending on where you are, will depend on how actively they're looking. So, go ahead and move yourself. You can do a double move if you want and get somewhere, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Before people make moves, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I did warn everyone that the Pyrite is in those cars and they might just go after us for fun.
Are you gonna try to skip across the street?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're jaywalking. Oh my god! So immediately,
Fuck.
NCPD comes and
Well.
yeah, they call in Max Tac. We have a jaywalker. Bring in the hover ships.
That was a long-standing gimmick in my games, where like the highest bounty was on a guy who just was accused of jaywalking versus like murderers and mass criminals.
Okay, so where are you trying to get to?
For some reason I'm up in the sky and I don't know why. Well, for now. Three. I guess for now, just walking along the road.
Okay, we will see if they notice you real quick, just a sort of simple, like you haven't crossed their view, and
Yep.
like a lot of gangers who would much rather be out causing problems and pushing minorities down a well, they're bored just guarding this place. But you do notice they are in fact like looking at them. You don't even have to roll human perception. They are guarding this place.
Yep.
So they are not just it's not just hey the Red Chrome Legion is in the area. They are actively either working for the warehouse or they took it over. You're not real sure.
This will look great on our reputation bump.
At the moment, none of them are looking your way. You're kind of like just sort of like in the crowd. Yes, there's only a couple of people here, but it's got that sort of New York vibe. There's a lot of people going back and forth and moving about their business. You're definitely larger than some people, but this guy's mohawk is a pretty good shield. So,
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next person, Mr. B. Roll your streetwise. Roll that beautiful Mr. B. For
I will also say that the skin is darker than I made on the Hero Forge. Like,
Okay.
The art that's
15.
posted in the art is more accurate.
Okay. You got a what, Mr. B?
I rolled a 7, total of 15.
15. Roll business real quick. Because that sort of opened up a line of thought for you.
That's the 15 as well.
Okay. So you're trying to, find somebody in the area from a business perspective that might have some sort of information. And you can't help but notice that the Oasis is right there. And the Oasis is owned by sort of a parent company. And something that kind of hits to you is the idea that everybody's got to eat. So there may be some shop traffic that you could take advantage of over there, and you may be able to speak with the clerk over there, who is technically going to be a Continental Brands employee, but he's also going to be a minimum wage kid behind a countertop. So it's not like you're going to be spilling the beans to a major executive or anything.
Right. Yeah, we'll check it out.
Okay. Go ahead and move yourself just one move.
Just one move?
Yeah.
Like my one move is worth?
Yeah. One movement worth.
That is...
Double your move stat in meters.
Yes.
Yep, I was just seeing what the meter... It was like
Yep.
right here.
Okay, cool. You're able to get across without getting hit by a car. Neat. All right. Hazelnut, roll security and electronics. Tell me what the number is. Share your shame. I can't hear you. If you're
Sorry, I think my mic died.
It's okay.
8.
You got an 8. You're not seeing anything yet. You basically you're just going to spend this whole turn just looking around and all of that. Go ahead and roll a basic check though.
All right. That is. I just dropped it. There it is. That is 16.
16. So one thing you do know is that a warehouse that size, especially one that is currently owned by Continental Brands, will probably have backup generators and so on. But if you were to find, say, like a primary source that was generating power, especially since while they would get a generator, they're also going to try to cut costs. So you get a feeling that there may be some sort of nearby, like a transformer or something like that, that is providing electricity to both the Oasis and the warehouse. something that would cause, like a temporary blip if you find it. Like something that, would give a window of opportunity. It wouldn't shut the place down by any means, but it would give, a few minutes while they got the generator back online. All right. But you don't get to move. Okay. Satine. Roll your streetwise as you're looking for people. Or do you have something else? Go ahead.
It was 17 was what I rolled.
17. Okay. You notice these two young women having a little chat by the icebox. And they're both kind of like looking this way, sort of like to the side toward the alleyway. What looks to be their friend who is trying to get a soda back over in that little alleyway. And you can kind of tell by their whole vibe that they seem nervous and they have that sort of, come on, let's go, about them. If you want to approach, you can do one move.
Yep, I will approach once I find out where I am.
You're right here. What is your move?
Just scoot over.
What is your move stat?
There we go. So move is 6.
6. Means you can get 12 meters in one go, which kind of puts you in the middle of the road. Now, what you can do about that, you can wait if you want to, or you can go out there and we'll roll a luck to see whether or not while you're in the middle of the road, the traffic starts back up again, and then you'll have to roll an athletics check not to get hit by a car. You're not going to get
double check my luck.
Huh? Yeah, you're not going to get hit by like a car going like 90 miles or anything like that. It's going to be more of a pissed off driver that you're in the road bumping you, and in Night City bumping you is basically pushing you over. You'll wait? Okay, cool.
I'll wait until the Walkman says walk.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, going back to Scalpel. Are you continuing on in that way? You do know that if you cross their path, they will see you.
Yep. I mean, I'm just walking down the street right now, so not doing nothing.
Alright.
Probably just like move normally rather than double moving at this point, so.
Okay. But you're walking sort of like with purpose, like you got somewhere to go?
Yeah.
Roll acting.
Yes.
I don't think there's a deception skill. It's just acting.
Acting is the deception.
Yeah, basically.
I'm trying to find acting.
It is performance. Yeah.
Yep. I found it, just as I said that.
Now the good note is it's opposed by human perception, which these guys are not great at. So what'd you get?
That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. Just gonna roll for one of these guys because only one of them's actually gonna scan.
Well.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and tell you this is all kind of happening somewhat simultaneously, but you see that one of them is like approaching you, and we will get back to everyone, and then we will sort of go on from there. Mr. B.
Howdy.
Now you don't see that little interaction because again, this is all happening simultaneously. So if you want to continue on into this,
Absolutely.
okay. Roll perception. Give everyone
Alt tab was decided to be funny. All right.
give everyone a view of what's inside the store.
19.
19. Right before you're about to make the doorbell go ding ding, you see two of these guys. They're not wearing their armor. They're just like wearing sort of like street jackets, basically, that are still red, still has their insignia on it. And they are talking to the fresh-faced kid behind the counter. One of them is leaned over it really close and is like, so, tell us more about your sister. I was like, you don't have to tell me. The other guy's like, you don't have to tell me that. She likes a little bit of, you know what I mean? Yeah? Come on, kid.
How's the kid looking? Like he's like really fucking like not having it. Like he's getting harassed full on. Like just.
You don't have to roll human perception for this. He looks visibly nervous and uncomfortable, but also he doesn't have an option. You know, he can't really like just tell these people to buzz off by any means. So that's something to think about. Again, this is all happening simultaneously. Hazelnut, roll again. See if you can find that thing that you're thinking about. And for those who are wondering, if you're new to my sessions, I do go a little round robin just because we have so many players and we have viewers, and I want to be sure that everybody gets their chance in there. There will be moments where it's like every person for themselves. It's just right now it's very in the moment. What'd you get?
21.
21. You spot something that looks like, just based on where the power is going and where the parking area is, you think if you continue down in... Oh, that's not it. No. Do the thing. Is it not going to do the thing for me? It's supposed to ping. Anyway, you think if you go down that way, does that make sense?
This side?
I'm lifting you up, so yeah. If you continue on down that past the warehouse, you think you'd probably be able to find it. So if you want to go ahead and like do a double move, and you can do it on this side of the street, so you don't have to worry about them spotting you. So you can go ahead and just move yourself a double.
Double would be not that much. Let's see.
As it turns out, in Cyberpunk, the move stat is actually a pretty important stat. There are very few dump stats in this game, unfortunately. Okay. Well, not unfortunately, it's just the reality. Satine, go ahead and move yourself across the street.
Honestly, enjoy it.
Huh?
But if you use anything as a dump stat, you will suffer for it. Yeah. But it can also give you really good bonuses.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hi. It's Mr. B with his really bad resist torture, drugs, and other things.
I mean, depending on how much money you have, you can use certain things as dump stats, such as body, when you just get cyberware to compensate. Or you can dump move and get a cyber chair.
Yeah, listen.
This is also true.
Don't tell them my secrets. How all of my Cyberpunk characters have a body of 4 and then end up with a body of 12 through Cyberpunk. Just so I can save on points. We now find that Bitchy's real reason for always making full conversion borgs.
This is why Mr. B worked out really well.
So you get over here, roll perception. Do you have enhanced hearing? I believe you do.
I believe I do too. Let me just double check my cybernetics. Internal.
It'll be under ears.
Enhanced audio suite?
Yeah. Excuse me. Enhanced audio suite, yes, not ears.
Zoom. Pants.
Zoom in your pants. What?
What?
It does a whole bunch of- no, it actually doesn't look like I do. Wow.
You don't have an audio suite?
Well, it's
No,
not just
doesn't
the
look
audio
like it.
suite; it's also the amplified hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded like they were, again, was reading from their eyes. Okay, then just roll perception.
Let me get back up there.
I mean, the Geek Squad, every single one of them has enhanced hearing. So I kind of have to
Six,
plan
and
accordingly.
So perception. Okay, so 12.
Okay. The two women over here seem to be discussing. They're both trying to. They're both kind of doing they're talking with each other, and at the same time, sort of stage whispering. It's like, hurry up, just get it. Come on, let's go. She's not here. So there's something that's bothering them for sure. And she is definitely getting a thing, and you see that she is trying to sort of put her back to the men back there, so that they're not checking her out, and it is working about as well as it would work with a bunch of grody men, because they are checking her out. They're just checking the other part.
So I'm just gonna casually, since I see that she's trying to be defensive, put myself between her. Just be like, I'm just gonna, lean against a wall and block their view.
Okay, well that will be something that you will, because again, this is all happening simultaneously, so that will be the thing that you're going to do.
Yeah.
And let's see, that's Satine. Blair, you know what? I think I cut you off on. I did not give you a stealth roll. So give me a stealth. You're going to get to have 2 actions. Give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
Again, this is a basic stealth. It really depends on where you cross as far as everybody's vision.
14. Everyone else crossed here, so I'm gonna go down to the next one to break out.
Okay, you can do a double move, first of all. Whatever, yeah. Wait, what is your move?
My move is oh yeah, never mind. It would be 6. It would only be.
Okay.
My move is 8.
Yeah. 16, but then you get to do another 16, because you're doing a double.
Oh, then.
Yeah.
Then I was right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I will say nobody really is noticing you except for, a couple of the people are just kind of walking the street who turn around. One dude does turn around and Jesus Christ, they're getting bigger every year. And then goes over to the side of a wall and starts vomiting. And you have another action if you want to continue on. You do notice because you passed poor Hazelnut, who looks like Hazelnut is kind of stopped and is leaned against a light pole and is wheezing. Doesn't have a lot of cardio. Poor squirrel.
Wait, was that a double move that got you to there, Q? What's your move?
My move is. Was it 4? Oh, my move is 6. What did I do? I didn't move that. That would have been 24. What did I stop at?
Well, okay, so Blair is at.
It still would have. She still would have passed me. I
that
believe.
was 13. So yeah, you could double that. Get to here.
I did that, so it still does the funny thing.
Okay. But Blair, again, you can keep on moving.
How much move does Blair have? Oh my god.
Blair has 8, but is basically putting all of their time into doing a double move. So that's 32 meters.
Okay, and they started their turn just in front of Scalpel.
Wait. 8, 16.
Because where they are now, that's 32 meters from just in front of Scalpel.
You know what? I think, okay, so here. I think you're actually here. I think I'm giving you extra double now that I think about it, because this actually is registered in meters. So, and you can move your movement in meters. So you can do 16 meters. That's what it is. Okay, cool.
No,
If
your
you
movement times 2 in meters.
your movement times 2 in meters.
Yeah.
Well, then yeah, then they were right. So 16,
Yep.
so that's 32. Yeah, so you're right there.
Okay, so it was just in front of Scalpel that they started their turn.
No, they're getting an extra turn. Remember, because I skipped them.
Right.
Accidentally.
Okay, so double turn, and then double move to in double turns. Right. Got it.
Yes. 2 turns
That-
spent double moving for 64 meters total.
That's where the confusion came from.
Okay, gotcha. We're there, yay! Don't you love math at the table? Welcome to TTRPGs.
Yay, math.
Yay,
Okay.
mess of the tape. Wait.
Now, again,
Math is a hell of a drug.
yeah, you see where Hazelnut is, and you see where Hazelnut is trying to go. I will go ahead, roll perception real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, Blair.
And
10. You see what you see. I can't give you much more than that. So whatever it is you see is you see. Okay. Let's go. But now everything is sort of popping off. I will say where you are, Blair, you are not going to be able to sort of interact with anything that is happening with Mr. B, Scalpel, or Satine. They are sort of like out of your view. Hazelnut, you still could, because you got like direct line of sight to what's going on with Scalpel. And Satine, you have direct line of sight with what's going on in Scalpel. Mr. B, you don't. You're kind of focused on what's going on in the Oasis. All right. So the first thing that, this guy does like come over, like just straight up. And as you're walking by, he starts basically walking right beside you. What the fuck are you?
Just
Okay.
completely blanking him.
Okay, you're gonna totally blank him. Let's
Yep.
see if he maintains concentration, because he has a job to do, or if he lets his inner rage cause him to make a thing.
Yeah, let's not lie here. It's his inner insecurities.
Well, yeah, but he is going to basically. So what he's doing actually is, as you're going by, is he just kind of like puts his hand on the back of your shoulder and tries to shove you to the ground. Not in a I've got you kind of way, but just like he's going to shove you and then go back to his position. It's kind of like you feel that the aggression is only one way. It's basically
Can I just try and dodge out of the way of the shove?
Well, yeah. You can either do evasion or you can do a post grapple. I'll let you choose.
I'm gonna roll evasion.
Okay.
Like she's not fighting back. Just like I'm not gonna let you touch me.
Gotcha.
So that's a 24.
Okay, so he goes to shove you. You just sort of like ever so cat-like just
move out of the way, kind of.
Yeah, the way cats can kind of like move their body in a way that makes them look like they're liquid. And he sort of fumbles and ends up leaning up against this post and like watches you as you go by. Roll acting again. This is actually you can either roll acting or persuasion.
I'm roll persuasion.
Okay, so persuasion is like it's basically not making him look like a fool.
Yeah. Oh. Of course I roll a 1. Okay, it's only a -1 at least, so it's basically straight persuasion
Which is what?
skill. Which is... an 8.
An 8. Okay. He gets in front of you at this point. And I will say that you guys have kind of moved a little bit farther ahead from everybody. Because these guys are... They're watching and, like, chortling to each other, but they're not, like, leaving their post. He stops in front of you and straight up says, "You think you're funny, bitch?"
I'd rather be funny than funny looking.
You saying that to me? Have you looked in a mirror?
Yes. Have you?
Well, for one damn thing, sure, I know I ain't got a litter box. Your choice. You can shoot back at him, or you can try to persuade again in a, my bad, and then move on.
I'll go for the persuasion again, I guess.
Okay.
So it's a 14 this time.
Okay. How are you trying to get out of this?
Just like a shrug. It's like, I'm busy. Just let me by, okay? Just like a kind of like a just like a looking down, just kind of like a you won this one kind of thing, and just
Okay.
move on and
All right.
move out of the
See,
way.
that helped. The whole of definitely has some impact on him, and he does. He kind of like looks you up and down. Just lucky I'm busy. Don't want to see you anymore. Next time, I'm getting a new hat.
You gonna give me a hat?
I'm getting it. Don't. He gives a little grunt. The other guys are chortling, like they go from chortling to laughing. So you've gotten out of this without any help from anyone, which is good shot. All right, Mr. B. While that is going on, you see what you see. So it is up to you on what you do. Oh, move this so that you can see inside. Yeah.
I just kind of walk in jauntily. See the little Kuromi apparently on the side of this thing.
Yes. Oh my god!
I'm literally just like I'm just like humming to myself, buying something from the Sanrio machine. Just walking in like I don't even know they're there, waiting for them to notice the 8-foot tall bear in the room.
Okay. I will say you walk in every. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it'd be kind of funny if they came up with an elephant biosculpt, and then you could literally be the elephant in the room.
They haven't come up with an elephant sculpt, but an elephant sculpt has appeared in our game.
Yeah, Mr. Shitty Boots, if I remember right.
It's not.
Shitty little boots.
I swear to God, he had nothing. He did nothing wrong, and you did nothing but make him feel bad about his boots. Like he walks out hearing hearing somebody say shitty. He was like, "Oh man."
Didn't notice the elephant.
The only damage I could do was emotional. Like he was grown the fuck up. What was I gonna do?
But yeah, I'm just gonna walk around for a bit, and if they don't notice me, I'm just gonna stand in line with like a couple of drinks or something behind them.
Okay, so you want them to notice you? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. As they're talking to this young man, one of them kind of like turns around because the other guy was like, so like I mean, you hooked me up with her number, and I'll hook you up with pictures later. What do you think? Because I think she's hot. You've had some thoughts, right, boy? And the absolute shiver on this guy is palpable. And the other guy like turns around to laugh and like leans up against the counter, and then he sees you and he literally takes a step back, like starts is like, what the fuck is that?
Someone thirsty getting a drink?
Roy, take a
What
look at
the
this
fuck
shit.
is that?
What? I'm trying to. Oh. What the hell are you?
Thirsty.
Hmm. Well, I suggest you go out to where you shit and drink from the woods. But I'll take that. And he reaches over to grab the can from your hand.
Oh, thanks, you buying it for me? Thanks, buddy.
No. You know what? He
You know, people
goes.
say a lot of things, but you know, it's downright neighborly over here.
He cracks it open, nods his head, and then proceeds to pour it on your shoulder. He would have poured it on your head, but he can't reach.
I mean, I'm a little warm today, but I mean, that's a little sticky. Nothing nicest thing.
So what, you an idiot or you just that scared?
Scared of what?
Something.
As I look down at them, like...
Something making him all sticky woo.
Look, we're off right now, so I got permission to beat your ass all throughout this store. So why don't you get the fuck out of here before I utilize my privilege?
You know, you were just talking about a bear shit in the woods, but it looks like you're getting ready to shit where you eat. So how about we take this in the alley around back and we'll see what happens? Yeah? I'm gonna intimidate him.
You gonna intimidate or your persuasion?
What's that?
Intimidate or persuasion? Because persuasion, okay, so if you're intimidating, then you're saying that you're gonna F him up right now. And you're trying to avoid the fight. If you're using persuasion, then you're trying to say, hey, you're trying to get this kid's sister's number, I guess. Let's go outside so you don't ruin your shot. Because that's actually a decent point. So, which would you rather do?
I'm actually considering both. And I'm also considering if I just walk them down the street and beat the ever-loving piss out of them.
That is your choice. I will say, like I said, they are chromed up, but they're not wearing visible armor. And neither of them have reached for a gun, though both of them have a chrome hands. But, you know, you're a bear. So.
I just got my voice get a bit lower so the guy over there can't hear. Listen. You two were looking to have some fun, and I respect that. Sorry for crowding in on your parade, but make a mess here, you're gonna miss your shot. You wouldn't want a big guy like me getting in the way of your fun, huh?
Roll persuasion.
Whee! That's a 16.
Hey, kid. I want you to remember this. I had an opportunity to make you have a long-ass night cleaning up all the glass after I fucked this piece of shit up. Say thank you, and next time I'm here, you give me that number. Right? Come on. And they both walk and both manage to do the whole shoulder into your shoulder and pushing you. It's up to you on whether or not you react or just let it happen.
I mean, I'm just gonna athletics, like, not budge an inch or body, whatever it is, just like...
Absolutely.
Like it,
You can roll athletics, but use your bod mod, not your...
so just using body, that'll be 20.
Okay. Yeah, they both kind of like knock in and they stop for a second.
I wave. Hi.
Hey.
What do you say?
He does pause outside the door. Don't be around when we come back.
Okie dokie.
There you go.
Man, those guys were intense.
Yeah.
It's a paper towel. As I'm just like, just getting the drink off my jacket.
Roll persuasion. We're going to just see what kind of an impact you've made on this kid.
That would be a 21.
He hands you some napkin, some paper towels. Like, God damn, this job got so much worse when they got over.
Yeah, how long they've been here? Seems kind of like a weird outfit to have hanging around. Place next door seems pretty heavy duty for a group like them.
All right. According to my sister, they got in about a week ago. Some sort of corporate deal. She's not gonna tell me all the details or anything like that. She got me this job. She just wants me to stay out of trouble, stay out the streets, sling some really crappy food. By the way, I would not. Like, you're better off wearing that than drinking it.
Do I look down and see I had a can of Blue Raz?
No, it wasn't Blue Raz, but it is another It is another Continental brand special.
Yeah, it's fair. Well, so wait. You're saying those guys are like corporate sponsored assholes, racists, whatever?
According to my sister, they made some sort of deal with the mucks. Something about, I don't know, bringing some soda into the fucking combat zone or something stupid like that.
Yeah, that seems interesting.
What do you want to know?
What's that? I'm sorry, I missed that part in my head.
Yeah, it's like, wait, why do you want to know? He kind of like leans in a little bit. You know, he's got his own little amount of streetwise, and he knows that things like this don't just happen on a whim. But you have made a good impression on him, so he's not necessarily suspicious of you, but he's suspicious of something going down. Look, are you casing that joint? He looks you up and down. Some sort of edge runner or something like that.
I'm just simple run-of-the-mill everyday guy, just trying to buy a drink and accidentally diffusing a situation.
Listen, don't bullshit me. Tell me what you're about.
That was sarcasm. I winked.
Oh, you winked. You're wearing sunglasses, dude.
Ah, shit. You know what? That's on me. I dramatically lift the sunglasses and wink, and then put them back down.
All right, look. I'm telling you this for one reason, okay? Not because I want to get involved, and I sure as hell don't want any grief from those fuckers out there. But my sister works at that warehouse. She's a net runner who works the security over there. And whatever it is that you guys are going to do, I don't want her caught in the crossfire.
Got my word.
One second. Roll, all right. How much are you getting paid for this job?
You're getting paid for your shifts here.
Absolutely nothing, but I got some money set aside. But I can smell money on you. And if you slide some of it my way, maybe as opposed to just avoiding hurting my sister could help you. She doesn't like those fucks either. Obviously.
Alright. And one second, just out of character thinking, numbers and everything else.
Roll bribe. There's like actually a bribery skill.
Right, there is. Absolutely. I forgot that was even an option.
By the way,
I was a kid until it bounced off the thing.
The bell rings and somebody comes in to go get stuff, and it looks like he looks up doesn't see a red jacket, and then he continues talking like, he doesn't care. I mean, business like this happens all the time.
$20 or $20, 20 on the dice.
Okay. You know this kid is looking for a decent payday. He is, in fact, working a really crappy minimum wage job, even though his sister got it for him. But it was up until the point that these toughs, up until the point that the Red Chrome League came in, it was an easy job. So it was basically free money. But he sure as hell would like to get a little something, and he has that look in his eyes also, like a little something for me, a little something for my sister. So you're thinking you could get him for $250, but you could get more for $500, especially if you don't make him like try to bargain you for it.
Listen, you're a smart kid. Gonna waste time. So, here's what I'm gonna get you. Here's what we're gonna do. Sorry, when you said don't bargain him, like, as long as he doesn't try to bargain higher?
As long as you don't try to lowball him. This is as much, you're working not only on the fact that you're paying him, but also the fact that he likes you.
Yeah.
That you've done him a solid. So as long as you don't try to treat him in the way that he's been treated, because he's a minimum wage, well, what counts as a minimum wage employee, working at a really crappy mart, that he got a job from his sister. So this is not someone who's been shown a lot of respect in his life.
I ain't gonna beat around the bush. No. I'll throw you 500. You two take care of yourselves. You give me anything you can, and have a little fun. Enjoy your life some. Better than the city ever gives you.
What's your digits?
One thing actually that was on my shopping list that I kept forgetting about,
Mhm.
and I didn't get it yet, so I would have gotten a burner phone.
You can get a burner phone here.
1 second. I got that's bring up a burner phone.
All right, that'll be 25 eddies.
Right? Keep the change as I give them the fight.
525 eddies. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you a call, and I'll let you know what we can do for you. Don't go in until you hear from us. All right.
All right.
All right. You want one of our famous boxed pizzas? It's a pizza, but in a box, like most pizzas.
Does the box taste better than the pizza here?
I would not know, sir.
That is fair. Well, I will go about my day. Thank you for your...
Oh, before you go, you want to try one of our blue razzmatazz? I'm supposed to be upselling those.
You see me like kind of just like, he sees me just thinking like, oh, I've tried it.
Was it not good? I was gonna have one after this shift.
No, don't. Trust me.
He hands you back the 25 for the burner phone. Thanks for the tip.
It is really. Don't let anybody drink that if you can.
All right. Okay. I got you.
Like, you see me, right? Big guy. Like, it would take probably like 5 horse tranquilizers to make me on.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was crazy.
Holy crap, man! It's just a soda. I thought. Jesus, what's in this thing? He starts. He looks on the back, and then he spins it around, and then he spins it around. The only ingredient listed here is razzmatazz.
It's got to be breaking a law somewhere, right? Like, I know they write the laws, but still, like...
It's got 3 ingredients. One is blue, the other is raz, and the other is mataz.
Okay, we're gonna move on from that little scene and join in. Yes. And we are going to go to, let's see. Hazelnut. Hazelnut. Keep on moving down the road. You pause long enough to see because you are kind of keeping an eye out, despite yourself and despite knowing that there's nothing that she could get into that you could handle that she couldn't. But you do kind of like get an eye on Scalpel. You see Scalpel's fine, good enough, and you try not to look too closely at the woman directly in front of you, who does kind of like look around, and she flashes a agent at you, and it's like, with about 100, I could show you some nice things to do with that tail.
No thanks. Like, reaches into his bag, pulls out a Trizzy Fizz to drink while he keeps walking.
Okay. Suit yourself.
Uh,
Yeah, a little bit.
like nervous
making
run.
that noise as you run.
Like nervous laugh.
Okay. All right. Roll
Drinking to distract myself.
Yes. Roll perception as you're drinking.
Three. Oh god. Did I accidentally close it? I did not. Okay, there it is.
Well, you got a 3. So.
And my perception. That is 15.
15. Okay. You notice sort of like the obvious thing, which is the fact that you see a couple of girls, and they have the same sort of cyberware. A couple of femmes. I mean, who knows? Who cares? It's Cyberpunk. Who are talking to a large man who's leaned up against a soda machine, sipping it, and he seems to have like one arm around one of them, cupping the soft side of her rear. And you see another guy beside him, also wearing sort of like the metal thing, but he seems younger, a little shorter, and his eyes are focused on the bikes that he's near. And you see a bunch of red chrome bikes.
Ooh.
Hey, Turbocharge! Welcome in. They're scouting the warehouse. For those of you who haven't seen it, warehouse. Well, that's the warehouse without the roof. Don't look. There we go.
The roof.
The roof is in the sky.
Let's hope the roof isn't on fire yet.
Baroof.
We haven't gone in yet.
Baroof is on fire. Don't put him out. Let the motherfucker burn. Squirtle, I'm dying. Anyway. But yeah, so that's what you see, and you think past them, you see a large metal frame box that is like behind a fence, which could very well be the transformer that you were looking for.
Okay.
And that's about where you get to. So we're going to move back to Satine. Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Go ahead.
Could I point that out to name? Sorry.
Blair?
Blair. Yes.
Yeah. You can. Because you're on the other side of a road that's like sort of running. And I will say, on this other side, even though it looks to be darkness, this is the side that has the capsule little living center. There's nobody. There are a few drunk people on the ground sitting there enjoying, having no place to stay, and a few people who are outside smoking. There's nobody who cares or is going to pay attention. Other than there are a few people who are kind of like watching you both, and they have that look of people who are seeing a giant raccoon being followed by a giant squirrel. You see one of them looks down to a container, and you see him toss a thing of blue glass into the trash, shake his head. Never again.
Huh. Well, that happened.
But yes, I will say when it is your turn, Blair, you do get the heads up about the bikes. And well, what are you telling him? Are you her? Where are you telling her about the bikes? Or are you telling her about the transformer?
I'm pointing out both the gang members, but also I think we could. That's a transformer back there. We could use that for distraction.
Okay. Yeah, so you sort of call that out. We'll get back to that on Blair's turn, but right now, Satine, you can go on
Yes.
over if you would like.
Munchkins.
I would like to casually put myself right here.
Well, no, they're looking at
Or
this
what?
lady.
Oh, at that lady, I'll put myself right casually, lean myself up against this wall. Where did I
Oh.
go?
I see you. You're right here.
Yeah.
You want to put yourself right here? Because I tell you, if you get that close, they're all going to start pointing your way. Right now, they're looking at her. But
Reach,
yeah.
like some nearby wall, like this square. Just
Okay.
casually leaning against it.
You can't really block her. Well, actually, she's probably already got her can, so she starts walking, and you do kind of sort of issue up there, and you are blocking their view, and one of them's like with his hand.
Just to be extra annoying, I start taking out my guitar.
This
And then
guy
Sunny
right
Sonic
here
just starts playing in the background.
sees you pull out your guitar and doesn't say a word, doesn't curse you, doesn't threaten. He reaches into his jacket, pulls out a heavy pistol, and he takes a pot shot at you. Like, it's not the kind of shot,
Okay.
it's like, it's the sort of shot that's like, if you die, you die, but there's no real malice, just, it's like, as he does, he's like, get the hell out of here. His warning shot is to shoot you, basically. So if you can dodge, if you can dodge bullets, now would be a good time to roll evasion. However, if you do, you will risk the woman behind you getting hit.
You know, I can probably take the hit.
Okay. Let's see if he gets anywhere close. Let's see. Yeah. That should hit. Let's see what the range is on that. Okay, yeah, that will hit. And you take the shot, so 3d6 happens. Alright, you take 1 point of damage as it does do enough to get through your armor. So it does kind of like hit you. You got a couple of choices here. You can drink or perish. It stopped. Okay. I did not know it was Gohan Day. I did not know it was Gohan Day. If only Gohan had lived up to
It is Gohan Day.
If only he had lived up to the promise from the Cell Saga. But he got better later. Anyway, Piccolo's my favorite. Anyway, so yeah, you take a point of damage. Now, you can either shrug it off, or you can pretend that it hurt a lot. Or how do you want to react to this?
Let me look at my acting real fast.
Tomorrow is Piccolo and Goku Day. So tomorrow is shipping day? Interesting.
Like that one
Which, by the
movie
way,
where
Bishi, have you watched Dragon Ball Superheroes at all? Because I think you'd like that film.
Not watched the film. I've watched. Go ahead, Dot.
It is the Gohan and Piccolo movie.
It is.
Yes.
It's really fun.
Do they drive cars in it?
You know, he drives a ship poorly because he never got his license.
Piccolo has a ship in that too. There's a
All right. So what are you gonna do with
Let's
this?
go with persuasion and go with it. I want to be. Wait, how many? That's 3 dice. Why? Why 3 dice? How do I not drag 3 dice? Oh, I'll just
Go
pick a
down to the
number.
dice and no, go down to the die itself and
Uh-huh.
click the opposite of what you click to pull them up.
Okay, we'll ignore that and do 1.
Yes.
Boop. Okay, 6 plus 10 is 16.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and give it to me. What are you doing? Like, say it.
I'm gonna be like, oh no! Just the worst, most annoying, sprawled on the floor. I'm bleeding. Take some dye out of my pocket or something.
Okay. What are you trying to accomplish with that? Out of curiosity, are you trying to piss him off? Are you trying to
Yes.
make it? Okay, you're trying to piss him off. Good. He is in
Yeah.
fact pissed off, and he starts heading over here. It's like, listen here, you motherfucker. And the other guys are they're watching. They're not going to actually involve themselves because, as far as they're concerned, you know, watching one of their friends beat up a twink is just a Saturday night. For me, it was Tuesday. You hear a very faint thank you as she heads off with her friends, and they get her off before these two guys can go, hey, check him out. Oh my God, did you see? Roy, look at her butt. Anyway. So yeah, this guy is coming up. And he walks straight up to you. He's still got the gun in his hand. What if I just... And he puts it against your temple. Still funny? And these guys back here, they're going to find it hilarious.
I have a really good idea. Considering I'm sprawled out on the floor, can I kick him in the nuts?
Yeah, you can use... if you want to actually damage him, you can use your martial arts for this. Okay, then roll.
Yes.
Hero charge, I will take a Merku and Lola Bunny in any clothing. Actually, I think is it still Golden Week? Is
Yeah, it's still Golden Week, technically.
Okay, then put them in the golden bikinis.
6 and 8 is 12, so 14.
14. All right, he's gonna roll. I'm gonna roll perception with him. If he doesn't get the perception, then basically you got him, like him not paying attention. Let's see. No, he's spoiling for a fight, so now he's gonna roll evasion. He backs up, and yeah, he straight up is about to shoot you. It is like full on. Like he's no longer playing. He's no longer warning. He is going to try and kill you with his gun. Yeah, it's initiative. You can run and get out of the fight if you want to, or you can keep this fight going. It's up to you. But right now, it is initiative.
I see that there's an alleyway right there, so I'm just gonna roll away.
Okay, roll initiative. See when that happens.
Six.
Cyberpunk, you can get more fun junk. Right? TMNT is only good if I get to be a turtle, you know.
It was movement, right?
No, it's plus reflexes.
Oh, thank you. So in that case, it's still a 6. So 12, I think, because I think I rolled a 6.
Okay. Dodge these bullets. Roll to dodge that one.
Okay. Ooh, I don't like how that worked. Okay, so my evasion is
Yeah, almost certainly he's going to hit you with that one.
okay. 6 and 8 is 12, so 14.
Yeah, he hits you. And then roll dodge again, because he's popping you twice. Yep, he gets you. He gets you
14
both
damage.
times. Yep.
Oh well.
Okay, so the first one does not get through your armor. Lucky you. Well, in this case, it's not getting through your skin, because you have that internal armor, which is probably what's, in a weird way, it's what's saving you from the other guys joining in, because they don't see you being armored, so they don't really know like how much damage you are taking. So at this point, they just see you getting shot for being an asshole, and they're very approving. Yeah. So he takes 2 more pot shots at you. At this point, if you want to, you can run light hell with a double move.
You know, I'm just gonna play dead.
Hit from Knight Rider would definitely fit in Cyberpunk.
What was that?
Turbocharge said, I wonder if Kit from Knight Rider would fit in Cyberpunk. It's like, yes, they definitely would.
Hit
Okay.
from Knight Rider?
The talking car.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, depending on the time period, would be in a lot of trouble in 2045.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Roll acting.
Okay. Okay, that's an 8, and let's see. Performance, acting 8. So 16.
Okay. All right. So the good news is, he does in fact seem to buy it. He seems like, shut your ass up. The bad news is he's walking over to loot your corpse. Now, while that's
I'm gonna try
going,
and kick him in the nuts again.
you're gonna kick him in the.
If this was a horror film, this would be when you would get up and like rip his throat out with your fangs.
Mr. B, you hear some gunshots outside. You probably don't. You're not listening for it. No one else is listening for it or close enough. So, roll. You can totally do a. I will. We'll call this a called shot. But he does not know it's coming, which means you don't have to roll any specific thing to hit. So just roll. Just roll to see what you would get. Hello? Satine?
Again?
What am I rolling?
Just roll brawling.
Okay. I thought Doc was rolling. Okay, so that's 2 plus brawling. I have that. Which is 6 and 8 and 14.
Okay. All right. Roll your damage, which I believe with your martial arts is 4d6. And you're gonna do
12 buddy. Yes, it would be.
yes. And again,
1, 2,
any
3,
damage that goes past
4.
his armor will be doubled. Because this is basically like a headshot. Get it? It's a headshot
Different kind of head, yeah.
to the head. Okay. Let's see. So he has that for armor. And we did 13. So that's 18. Okay. You crack this guy solidly, and he goes flying. He was not expecting that. I'm going to go ahead and have him knocked prone. You did not get a crit on him, but he is knocked over, and he is holding his balls. And at first, everyone is just kind of chortling. It's like, and he is reaching down, and pulling his hand up, and there is blood all over it. His leg, like one of his legs, is twitching violently because this man just took 18 points of damage to the nuts. Not enough. You didn't kill him, but at the moment he seriously wishes he was dead. You can use a movement action to stand up if you would like. I would not be on the ground right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna basically stand up, brush myself off, and walk away.
I will tell you right now, they're about to shoot you, like all of them. So they're gonna take a pot shot. They're not gonna chase you, but each one of them is gonna shoot you in the back as like, fucking twink. For the honor of his jewels! Don't say that, dude! Anyway. So, roll evasion for the first shot.
Ooh. Oof.
See if you can beat a... Huh?
They say twink like it's a bad thing.
Of course they do. Of course they do. Yeah, the first one definitely hits
People always
you.
try to use
so
words they
17?
don't understand.
Okay, so that's 2 of them hit you. Both of them with 10s. Okay, now this one might miss you. Roll evasion for the last one.
Okay.
Good Lord, Bishy.
Okay. So that is a 21.
Okay, you are missed by the last guy. The other 2 guys each hit you, and I'm afraid they're not playing around. Okay, so that... Let's see, your armor is down by 1. You take 2 points of damage from that one. And the other guy.
Oh
Woohoo!
no.
Well, at least it's not a crit.
Uh-huh.
So that's 12 points of damage from that guy.
Oh, okay.
So you are at 45. And your personal armor, your subdermal plating is down to 9. So if I were you, I wouldn't just dust myself off and walk. I think I would run.
Yeah.
Okay. If you run out of here, they're just going to let you go at this point. And now,
Okay, fine.
okay, so go ahead and do your run. These guys, like, after you book it. Yeah, I see where you are. After you book it, they start kicking this guy on the ground. You stupid bastard. I can't believe he got you, like... I thought that was it. Well, it doesn't matter. It's gonna matter for you. Somebody's missing their testicles. Anyway, yeah, they are not nice to their friend.
Yeah, from experience.
That guy's probably
kinda
dead
hit,
soon.
Yeah, that kind of hit, that rips things open.
Oh yeah, no. They're playing around with him, but it does look like he may very well die from this. And you know what? They're not the sort of people to really care, other than, oh shit. Let's just not tell boss about that. Oh, we'll tell him the twink killed him. Well, yeah, I mean, technically he did. Yeah. Cool.
He got his balls handled by a twink.
Ooh.
Yeah, something tells me he's not going to be able to do what my friend did either.
Which is what?
So, my friend, because the entire stack got ripped off,
Ooh.
yeah, he was out for a while, but they let him keep it.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
We had
Turned it into a dice bag.
Oh god, a dice bag. That's perfect.
Oh my
It's where you keep the family jewels. No,
They're actually gemstone ones, too.
we had a player who, in fact, had their entire genital section ripped off by a cybernetic dog. So yeah, and had it replaced with a flamethrower. Anyway, So yeah, actually, you went this way because you see them over there, and these guys kind of like watch you run with them. And these girls actually they see you, and they see that you've been shot. They pile into a car and open up the door and pull you in. So
Okay.
once again, through sheer charisma, you have managed to stumble your way into a potential three-way. Excuse me.
Four-way. There's three of them, yeah.
A quartet, as it were.
Menage a
Amazing.
quadra.
I'm
Also,
so proud of
did
my
technically
boy.
just get kidnapped.
Maybe a little bit.
That was the last we saw of Satine. Also,
Yep.
if I cut out, there is a lot of thunder going on outside all of a sudden.
That's okay.
Yeah, I might also suddenly drop.
Well, we're obviously we're not going to get to the full-on fight this time, but you're gonna this has been fun anyway. So I'm perfectly happy with this, and you're getting some good information. Yeah, you.
Do you mind taking like a 5-10 minute break? I really need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, go ahead. 10-minute break. 5-minute break to use the bathroom real quick.
Yep.
Just
Perfect.
it would be 10, but we're getting close to the end. Yeah. 5 minutes. Smoke them if you got them.
All I got is a Slim Jim.
Well, that's why. Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Eat a Slim Jim.
Okay.
Snap them if you got them. Yep. There we go. That was what we were looking for.
The money is encouraging my terrible habits.
Oh,
That's what we do.
speaking of, you know what? I got 5 minutes. I'm gonna go get a donut. BRB.
All right.
Why do I have a feeling I knew what you were going to get ready to say? Moose?
Yeah. You know what? See how long it takes them to know.
To be fair, that was just bad timing.
Yeah. No. Doc, you can control my character. I'll send you the sheet. But I'm really just trying to see what we can learn about the inside, just anything so we're not going in blind. My current idea is going across the street and up to the Cube apartments to see what we can see from there as well.
Okay.
Yeah. You kids have fun.
Miss you.
Bye. Also, what did we miss?
Huh?
You said you noticed something?
Break.
Oh, no. Moose was fading hard.
Oh.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Yeah. I ain't doing too hot myself, honestly, tonight. It has been a day. It has been a week.
Yep.
Yay! There's
Yeah.
a cream filled left. Wait, what happened?
Wait, we got a cream-filled bun?
Oh, wow.
Often.
So, Fishy heads up. Moose was trying to catch you before you had went to grab the donut.
Go ahead.
Moose had to bounce. She was fading hard.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm back.
She said her plan was to go over to the Q apartments and try and get another view of stuff and get information.
Cool. I'll make a roll for that later on. And we'll start up with that tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but you know what I mean. Next game session.
Yep. In game tomorrow.
Yes. Oh my god. I love Greenfield donuts. Doc, Mr. B, you walk out just in time to see Satine basically get kidnapped by 3 very attractive young women.
Just puts out a cigarette. Lucky fucker.
Satine, if you would please, roll your charismatic impact.
Okay.
We might as well.
That's a 3 in charisma.
Let's see. Let's see. It's your charismatic impact rating, which is a what?
Let me. That's a lot. I'm trying to find where it is.
It's your roll ability. It's not going to be in your skills. It's going to be under your roll ability. What rank of a rocker boy are you?
I should be 5.
Okay, you're rank 5. Cool. So that is an 8, but I'm going to give you a +2 bonus because you kind of like got them on your side for what you did for them. Like you literally took a bullet for one of them.
So that'd be like a 13 with what I rolled.
Okay. Yeah. You are being taken back to their apartment.
Do any of them have medical knowledge?
Yeah. They'll get you patched up because they need you.
Oh, all right.
They need you to have like full stamina for what they have planned. And hey, you've got three new fans.
Yay!
Once again, all women. Now these aren't.
Oh God, are they Twilight fans?
No, these aren't these aren't your usual MILFs. These are more office ladies, stature. So they're in their mid-20s. So good times. I'd be thrilled. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, you take your little smoke break. Let's go on then. Scalpel, you keep on going on ahead. Well, actually, before we do Scalpel, I'm sorry, because I almost forgot. No, Hazelnut did the thing, and then Blair's doing her thing. But yeah, it is your turn. What you gonna do, Scalpel?
Okay. Gonna just continue moving on.
Yeah. You mows on a little bit. You can go a little farther than that.
Alright. Yeah, it's basically just get to this point and just kind of casually look over, see what's happening down there.
Roll perception.
Okay, perception. Okay. 15.
Okay. You see a big man surrounded by a couple of young women. Who knows? They seem to be hitting it off pretty well. You don't know if he's paying for it or if it's Maybelline. Who knows? You do see a shorter than most of them. Like it looks like has that sort of that awkwardness of I'm an adult but just barely kind of going on about them. Doesn't seem to have a lot of chrome, and they seem to be standing there watching a bunch of red bikes.
So the kids, it's basically a new member are giving him the go on watching their shit, essentially.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. And they are all pretty much occupied. As long as you just keep on walking, you're not going to cause any sort of incident.
I don't suppose the way to like there's an alleyway down behind the temple building that I can double back around.
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so that's basically not go down this alley, move past the next building, go down the alley, and like try and get around the back.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, let's go, Mr. B. Doing anything else right now?
I think I'm getting out before I get more attention on me. Just kind of like, stand down the road in case something happens, like, for the most part, just kind of, I'm supposed to be a person, it's probably better for me to just kind of make it the best I can.
Yeah, you got, like, you're really confident in the, okay, we're having problems with our audio. Does anyone else hear the Culture Nerd is saying that they're having problems with the audio. Is anyone else hearing that?
Specifically one of us, or...
It's... yeah.
Oh yeah, I just unmuted stream and yeah, rolled right correctly.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wait. Okay, now I'm speaking. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever an issue with your voice. I think it was just on Discord.
You seem fine now.
Test.
Nope.
Testing.
Yeah, no, you broke up there. I'm still hearing Is everyone proficient?
Let's see. Channel
We,
options.
Leave and come back. See if that's it.
Yeah, try to leave and come back and see if that fixes it.
Okay.
Testing.
That work at all?
Blue.
No, it did not.
No, I'm still hearing static.
Okay, someone else needs to. I'm gonna leave because obviously this is. Yeah. Let me leave and then someone else.
We only leave when someone who's kind of sensitive to everyone needs to join the audio.
One second, please. Oh, listen to my. I hate listening to my voice. How can you people stand it? I appreciate you all for standing it. It means the world to me, quite frankly.
Oh,
Memes and like actual stuff. I know for Monday we used it quite a bit.
Yeah, I think you actually deleted the channel, Vishy.
No, I 100% accidentally deleted the channel. You don't have to tell me. I remember doing it and then I recreated it because I am Scuff incarnate.
Okay.
But everything is fine now, right?
Apparently there was a lot of notes there. Yeah, I'm not hearing any crackliness now.
Okay, very cool, very cool. All right. So, we got a bear who's going to go back over here, I assume. Just kind of wait for everybody else.
yup.
Satine is off.
I am otherwise engaged, apparently.
Yes.
Again?
Satine is otherwise engaged. You definitely are going to need that cybernetic thing that it's very cheap, but it makes it where you don't have to worry about STDs or pregnancy.
Oh, the contraceptive implant.
Yep.
I don't think it does anything for STDs. I think it just prevents pregnancy.
I know, but they say it prevents STDs.
Okay.
It does. So that.
You can still get an AI though, unfortunately. Next thing you know, your junk is trying to write your college essays for you. Anyway,
Oh no.
stealing all of your art. Okay, let's go to Hazelnut. Hazelnut, you watched Scalpel sort of like go by. The two of you can kind of get together on this. So at this point, we're sort of entering a little bit of theater of the mind as you kind of go behind. And while you're behind in the alleyway, the two of you totally forget the mission and make out. And anyway, sorry, the shippers. So, what's
I think it'd be less making out and more of the cat playing with their food.
So,
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, I guess.
yeah. I will say, going around, there are, like, you see the backside. There's not really a entrance unless you risk the fans. It does seem that they use a lot of fans to keep the area cool. You remember that Blue Razzmatazz does need to be kept cool, or it doesn't spontaneously explode, but something bad happens. That's all you remember. Because you're the one who...
saying is...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no, it is another form of sabotage you can use. Because you can't help but notice that.
Up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did to the entire vehicle before I left.
Yeah.
And you can also see, like, through a window that there is some sort of back part to the warehouse. I'm mostly showing the audience this. And you see that there's, like, a place for locker rooms and so on, and a place that leads up to something. You can't really check it out without trying to climb up against the walls, and can't help but notice there are, in fact, some security cameras up there. I need both of you to roll me perception as well.
I believe.
16.
16?
What the? Why am I suddenly getting a whole bunch of messages right now?
People love you.
People don't know who I am. And yes, now I have the... Oh, that's why.
People don't know who I am. I'm the bun. I'm the bun who
You are
stalks in the night.
Everyone knows the bun.
You are the bun who knocks.
Yes, wait. No one knows who I am because I'm wearing a mask.
Oh, wake up. Hey! No
Haha.
one cared about who I was until I put on the mask.
Yes. Speaking about being a turtle, here I am. This is what I wear for our Splinter Fate games. Which I love. I just wish it was optimized for streaming because it is not. Anyway, so with your perception, Hazelnut, you notice even though Scalpel doesn't quite get it, there seems to be some snipers on the roof.
I was actually going to ask if we saw those.
Yes. You see a couple of guns swinging around up top. They do seem to be, like, actively patrolling. Like, they're not, even though they seem stagnant, they're constantly moving. You also notice, well, that's about all you can tell from there. You need to actually climb up to get a look. And again, there are cameras. So, unless you want to try and stealth past the camera or do the transformer trick now, there's really no getting up there to see. Though, there is another building on the other side.
Hotel... I was going to ask. It's the Cube Hotel on the other side, right?
Yes, it is on the other side, but it is tall enough. You could get a pair, like if you've got some binoculars or something, or a sniper scope, you could look.
Or improved eyes.
Yeah, I'd let you do it with improved eyes. You would need to make the perception check, though.
I only have the low light infrared UV ones. Though it is dark, so I guess I could get a better look from up top.
The two of you together could help one another out on this. So basically, whoever has the highest perception,
Apple, quick! Hold me outside the window.
yeah, whoever has the best perception, roll a +2.
I'm a 12. What are you?
For perception,
Mhm.
12. That being said, I'm willing to dump 6 luck into it.
Okay,
Okay.
make a roll. Somebody realized that we're almost at the end of the session and said, "Hey,
Yes.
Whee. Oh god, it's going far.
Gonna go fuck it.
So that is 23.
okay, that is enough to get some interesting intel." So first of all, again, to keep this area cool, you do see that there is one of those
God.
massive vents up top that presumably leads into the building. You see that this lovely decorative arch right here, this glass area,
Mhm.
there is a lip inside. If you could somehow or another take out the guards quietly, it is possible you could rappel from down there, from in there. And then finally, you can't help but notice there is in fact, because you actually probably see somebody walking out of it, a door that leads down into the area.
Oh my god, that thing actually opens too.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
And that is what you see. And I think on that note is probably where we're going to go ahead and cut it, because we have one player who isn't here. We have two players who really can't kind of engage because one of them is a little too bare, and another one is bare in an entirely different way. Stripped bare, we might say. So, yeah. I am going to go, though, however.
And here I was about to steal a motorcycle.
You want to steal a motorcycle right now? You can try.
No. Hazel is not brave enough to try that.
Yeah. I am going to ask each of you, like, where your head is at. You have another chance now that you've seen everything, or as much as it that you can see, to make your new shopping lists. And those will be the final shopping lists. Remember, you can spend money you have, or you can take out up to 5,000 lovely eddies from the pound. They will loan you that money happy, cheerfully, and add it to your debt.
Yeah, so if somebody else wants to buy the explosive gas can stuff, I got us the hookup for the security system.
I was gonna ask, do we know about the security system part?
You would-
assume we're
I mean, I'm
sharing on
gonna-
this.
Yeah, you're all gonna talk. You're not gonna like lead. Like the only person who's not going to get back together might be Satine, because Satine may still be exhausted. I mean, who knows? May wake up inside of a bathtub filled with ice, missing some organs.
I hope not.
I'm also down one Tritty Fizz.
Well, you know what? Luckily, it's all external organs. Well, it's just one external. Anyway, what were you saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down a Tritty Fizz. I don't know why. For all my characters, they either have Smash or they carry Tritty Fizz.
Ani-chan swears by the Piranha Smash. Oh my god, she is always
Oh, the
drinking
Piranha
that.
Smash is great. The only issue with the Piranha Smash is you have to know about Piranha Smash.
Yes. She is always on that.
Like,
She's on that fix. She's also a party girl. And a cam
Regarding
girl.
shopping list, should we DM to you or should we post in channel?
Either one. If you want to post it in channel, that way everyone can see. So like if you get stuff that like, oh, I picked up a bunch of grenades or something like that. If there's anything that you want that's like secret, because you could just totally, yeah, I bought some stuff and then spend it like 5,000 on some wish item that you want to pick up. This is your shopping trip and it's your debt. So whatever it is you want to do with it, do it.
Mhm.
Do it, Doug.
I'm fine just sharing what I grabbed. I just have to double check with the list that I did send. But
Yeah. Well, this is just a new
See.
opportunity since you now have a better view of everything.
yeah, and this way we can coordinate a bit.
And
'Cause,
some.
like,
Go ahead.
if it's okay, like after this little bit of planning, if we decide we're not going the explosive route, can I refund those 2 levels?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a stickler when it comes to that sort of thing. I want you to play the character that you want to play. I want you to play the character that is your fantasy in the TTRPG. Whatever it is, I want you to bring that to life, and then I'm going to punish you for it.
It's a lie.
I believe they call that the Nick Fury version of DMing, where I let my players get powerful if they want to, but then they have to fight, cosmic level threats.
I want to go back to being Daredevil level. Damn it!
You say
like
as
the
if
street
Daredevil doesn't fight literal biblical angels and demons.
Okay, but like not on the weekly basis. It's just like when everyone has the team up.
Doc.
Actually, no. It is on his solo, but funny enough, it was because of his lawyer side, not his Daredevil side.
I'll also say this: Sedusa, if she heard you talking about the threats that you're facing, she would tell you to shut up and slap you.
Yeah.
Sedusa's,
As a bear, I was terrified of the bear.
Sedusa's life is definitely more intense than your life. So is Whiteout's life is way more intense than Hazelnut's life.
Hey, at least Whiteout's willing to face. He went charging head first into that BS. Hazelnut's scared out of his mind most of the time.
You've been charging for, but you were smart enough not to charge the doctor. You know what? This is too much metagame at this point. Yeah, so I hope everybody had a lot of fun. This was a big sort of role play / interaction with the environment and all of that, getting an idea, and you managed in what was not supposed to be a combat scenario yet. You managed to kill one of them. Now, granted, you killed one of them with the help of them, but still. And you got the measure of these guys. You kind of know what sort of guys these are. And these are the type of guys who, if they see you make a fool of yourself and get absolutely destroyed in the testicles, they will kick you to death just for fun. All right. Let's see who we can raid. I'll go ahead and let everybody know. Obviously, the Cyberpunk Red happens every other week. So next week we will not be playing, but the week after that we will be playing both the Geek Squad on Monday. They will be finishing epilogue their season 2 and being preparing to go into season 3. And Thursday, you guys will continue on in your climax for your season 2. Yeah, and other than that, catch me on Friday, not on my channel, but on Steve Red's channel, where I get to play a pixie who thinks she's a giant in a Pathfinder game. And eventually, not yet, but eventually, you will get to see me early Sunday mornings playing a battle nun if Velma was a sister of battle, which is just so much fun. Jinkies!
Yep.
Where's my flamer?
Still gonna be quite well for that one, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Please don't be too much of a will. Right now, that game is sustaining me since I can't play Cyberpunk at the moment. I mean, we know why. It's totally fair when we can't play Cyberpunk. We are absolutely happy about that. I'm so glad that Diamond Dust was able to move out of that terrible place. Yes, dinner in a game. This is always how it goes. No plan ever survives encountering the players. Absolutely. They haven't even seen inside the warehouse. That's amazing. There's some fun things in there. Anyway, let's see who we can raid to. Is anybody who is in the crew right now going to be continuing streaming after that? Because if so, we'll just go ahead and raid right into you.
Nope.
Okay.
You do have Goth Gamer Goblin online at the moment.
Yes, she is playing Elder Scrolls, so we will go there. So we're gonna go see Goth Gamer Goblin because we didn't see her last time. So, Goth Gamer Goblin, our favorite goblin who also plays in our Monday game. She plays Sprocket, a tech goblin.
With incredible boomerangs.
Yes, those boomerangs are the best. I love those boomerangs so much. And they've come in so clutch in the past few fights because they've been exactly what they needed. The only thing that I don't like about those boomerangs is when they decapitated my Cyber Anaconda in one hit. That was not fun for
The
me.
big one.
Yes, the Anaconda. Like everything else is a boa. That was an Anaconda. It was meant to be a low-tier boss fight. And she rolls triple crits and then tears its head off.
It was literally just, it detaches a limb, but it's a snake, so it only had one limb to detach.
What limb to detach? Well, I guess the head. Or the body, depends on how you read it. Anyway, we're rating. Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon. Bye.
Honestly, I think the only modification I'm going to add to the list from mine is just the, I'm going to grab a grapple gun.
Grapple guns are always good.
Yeah, I was also planning on getting grapple gun.
I wonder if we can try and, like, as best we can, just kind of